brothers, I like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the teachers and elders, to the apostle of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, are there putting on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep unto you, brothers and sisters that tuning in. Shalom. And as you saw in that opening clip there, okay, the mirth, the kind of spirit that you see Jake is here in Great Babylon, America, and particularly the men who are supposed to be the leaders, okay, of their household here in Great Babylon, America in these last and evil days, but they rather twerk and shake their ass. Okay, so the title of this lesson today is Believe the Prophets, Even Edomites Considering the Horrors to Come Soon. Let's start off with our first precept here. This is the book of Matthew 16, and starting with verse 1, it reads, The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would shew them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? So here is the Pharisees and the Sadducees, okay, coming up against Yahushua and Mashiach, okay, trying to mock him, and he's telling them, like, look, okay, you people are so smart, you think that you know it all, that you can discern, how the weather is going to be, okay, and we can bring this into the characteristic of Jake's here, okay, in modern times, okay, Jake, them, they go to school, to get the college education, and what, they anticipate getting a job, okay, you train for particular sports events in anticipation that you will come first, get a medal, maybe get a scholarship to go to college, to do what, to get a great job, okay, or whatever else things that Jake do here in this place, whether you are practicing your rhymes, okay, to have a rap career, or you're practicing your athletic abilities to get a contract with either the NFL or the NBA. It still is the fact that you are discerning, okay, that if you do this, okay, the this will become this, okay, that there's some benefit to it. Here we are today, right now, the prophets are going on the highway and the byway, letting you know from the scriptures, okay, from the book of survival, okay, for the tribe of Israel, Yasharala, so-called Blacks and Americans and Latinos, okay, that tells us, okay, exactly what is going to be taking place in these last days, okay. You have Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, okay, the progenitor of the Edomites, the so-called white people, okay, who is the wicked, the bad guy, and you have the tribe of Israel, Yasharala, okay, who are the sheeps, the good guys, the righteous, okay, and out of those righteous, you have 2/3, okay, that are still following, okay, the man that wants to put them to death, okay, who's controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And so they're in the spirit of mirth, okay, not heeding to the warnings of the prophets, okay, who are going on the highway and the byway on a unicorn here, okay, giving them the warning that we were told to give them, okay, of the things that is to come, which is going to be in a dire state, okay, and it's going to be too late for them at that point in time to seek counsel from those who were set up by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So you see, this was happening back then when the Mashiach himself was on earth. Okay, they seek a sign. See, Jake them are looking for a sign, but what signs do you need to see? And we're going to go a little bit later into these signs, okay, that are obviously here, okay, and taking place right now, but yet still, okay, when you're in the spirit of mirth, okay, and in wickedness, you will not see these things. It says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. Okay, so now y'all are looking, okay, for the exact things to happen, okay, as what the scripture is saying. Remember, these were written a long time. These scriptures were written a long time ago. So the Lord gave the vision to the prophets today to come back in their lot to do what? To preach the gospel according to the times that we're in right now, which we see these modern times, things that are taking place. We're in a computer or a technological age right now where things are happening like this. So it's not going to look the exact same way as it was written thousands of years ago. Let's go into the book of Habakkuk 2, starting with verse 1, because they're looking, for us to break it down to them in plain English, which we are doing. It says it right here. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that they may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. How much more plain can we make it? Okay, you have plain men, okay, out in the highway in the Bible in this unicorn, bringing out the scriptures in the plainest language. So now we use ebonics. So now we use, joke, or we use a little humor. Okay, we speak it in different languages: English, Spanish, French, okay, German, okay, Chinese, and you have Italian. Okay, out there, plain language. Okay, out there with the sign so that you can see it. Okay, men that look just like you see walking around about you every day. So there's an excuse, Jake. Okay, you cannot come up and say we want to see more signs. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians 1 and start verse 25. And it says, because the foolishness of power, God is wiser than men, and the weakness of power, God is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So the Lord used plain men, okay, to go there on the highway and the byway to bring out this gospel, this truth, this warning, okay, this book of survival being broken down in plain language, okay, to the tribe of Israel, the Yasharala, so-called Black Americans and Latino. But see, this is also a snare, okay? As I read just now, he didn't use mighty men, men of renown. He didn't use the suit-wearing Jake Stem, okay? Men that are approved by Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, to go out there and give you this gospel. He used plain men. He says, but power had chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and power had chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. So you choose men that are in a poor state, men that are considered abased here in the society. And who are those men? You starting with the house of Judah, okay, the so-called Negroes that are out there on the highway and the byway. When people take a look at the so-called black man here in America, all they see is what? An abased man, a man that usually is unemployed, extremely poor, more subject to go to prison, okay, more likely to be homeless, more likely to turn to a life of crime in order to support their lifestyle, okay? The abase of men, okay? But given this the spiritual juice, so to speak, okay, to go there and confound the wise. These people who are coming out of these, coming out of these elite universities thinking that they know what they know, and everything that comes with them out is absolute rubbish and foolishness, so much so that you are seeing even these people are starting to see, okay, what is written in the scriptures is now coming to pass. And I'll play this video here for you.
Crisis. A series of long-term trends will combine to make it impossible for us to feed everyone on the planet until the end of the decade. The elites know this. Our politicians know this. And people in very prestigious positions are all ready to flee when this crisis bursts. However, they are being very quiet about this rapidly growing disaster because they don't want to trigger panic in our society and turn the general population against them. The truth is, they want people to remain ignorant. They do not want us to know the real scope of this impending catastrophe. But there will be no escape. It won't take long before hundreds of millions of Americans lose access to reliable supplies of food. And it won't be too long before half of the planet starts facing chronic hunger.
And as you saw in that video, okay, these Edomites are now understanding, okay, they know a little bit of the Christianity, spewings of foolishness out there enough to just really look at what's happening in the world, okay, and what was written in the scripture, okay, even though they will never ever give the prophets, okay, that are out there on the highway and the byway, okay, the men that are considered base here in the society, okay, the due credit for bringing out this scripture. Because why? The prophets were told to go warn all nations of this earth, okay, in particular direct the attention to the 2/3 who are continuous in the wickedness and always edifying the 1/3 elect of Yasharala, hopefully elect of Yasharala Israel, or so-called Black Americans and Latino. And it says, in base things of this world and things which are despised. Who's despised? The so-called black man in this nation. And I'm not talking about Hamites, okay, or just a black man. I'm talking about, okay, from the tribe, okay, of Israel. Yasharal, the so-called blacks, Americans, Latino, particularly the Negro man. It's the spies. Had power chosen ye and things which are not to bring to naught things that are. So we come out there, we show you the sign of the mushroom cloud that's going to be covering America, the blackouts, the famine, okay, the sedition that's going to be taking place, the FEMA camps, okay, the microchip, the MOTB, that's going to be implemented real soon, the collapse of society, okay, and the purging of the tribe of Israel, which the so-called white man Esau, the Edomite, is going to be bringing upon this place, and the all-out breakout chaos that's going to be going on. Because why? We have been given that vision, okay, to make it plain on table. We use pictures, we use plain languages out there, but yet still, if you're in this constant murk that Jake them are in, okay, where, you know, the women adorn themselves as harlots, as whores, okay, and they look at these simple men, okay, that throw away this fiat currency, okay, that has no value to it out to them like that. And this is these men that you see here in these parties and stuff. These are what these women consider to be, okay, the man of their choice, okay, what they consider to be, you know, high level men, which we are going to go and see what happens, okay, to these high level men, okay, that are following you doggone pernicious holes, okay, into perdition, okay. This is second Ezra chapter 16, starting with 17, because here's your sign. You're looking for sign, it's right there, plain in sight, okay. It says, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? What days are those days? Those days are here right now and more to come. The beginning of sorrows is starting. Okay, we can be all day. This is the reason why we go in lessons, because you spend literally days and also bringing all the footage and the news articles of things that's taking place here, just only in America alone, okay, of the grief that people are experiencing, okay, homelessness, drug addiction, okay, unemployment, broke, hunger, all of these things right now. But of course, if you're in partying like this, okay, you're ignoring these things around you. It says the beginning of famine and death, great death, the beginning of wars, which we see right now. Wars is all across the earth. And the power shall stand and fear the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evil shall come? We're seeing deletion after deletion in some of the most horrific ways starting right now. And it's about to get real stupid, especially after the Lord, okay, has sealed his elect, okay, and start to bring that judgment, okay, without mixture on this earth, okay. He's not going to show mercy, okay. And it says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent as a scourge for mammon. Before all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. Meaning what? You're not looking and seeing, gee, look what's happening down there, or in this another city, or you're looking on the television, you see what's taking place, what's happening to this other Jakes, okay. Why is Eve got beheaded, or why Eve got gang raped? Why is this Jake just shot down in the street? Why are all these things going places like that? You're not minding and looking and saying, gee, you know, these are the plagues, these are the things that those men are talking about on the highway and the byway, plain on tables, okay? Those men, okay, that the world considered to be a base, the men that people look at and go, who the hell are these people? What university did they graduate from, okay, with this knowledge, okay? You're not paying attention. And that is that snare that the Lord has set up, okay? And it says, behold, victuals should be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Because, hey, you're eating, you got a roof over your head, you still have a car to drive, you're head deep in bills and debt, but you still have functioning of life. There's still a functioning government. So you see, so you're confused and go, what the hell are they talking about? But we see it completely, totally different. We see what you are not seeing, okay? Utter destruction, okay? And it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. Talking about war and famine, when people get desperate, okay, doesn't matter if you are preparing yourself, like these preppers do, okay, the Lord is going to have the world in such a desperate situation that basically people are going to doggone, okay, really go at each other. So there's not going to be any harmony. Let's work together. Okay. There's not going to be any safety in numbers or anything like that. It's just going to be utter chaos. Okay. But hey, you guys want to continue to party on. Let's go into the book of Luke 17, starting verse 24. And it says, for us lightning that lighten out of the one part of under heaven, shineth on the other part of under heaven, so shall the Son of Man be in that day, in his day. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. So you see, we're being rejected. This is faith. And it's also the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shai that's in the brothers that you see go there week in, okay, week out, bringing out epistles on the highway and the byway on this unicorn, okay, and being rejected by the people that we are trying to save, that we are hoping would hear and heed, okay, that laugh at us, are more likely to attack us, if anything, okay, calling us all sorts of horrendous things, okay, and ignoring us because we are not what they seek, okay, as their inspiration here in Great Babylon, America. We are based on nobody. That's really the tone that comes out of their mouth, okay, and in their action it says, as it was in the day of Noah, so shall it be also be in the day of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark and the flood came and destroyed them all. The house of David is currently being built, okay. The house of David is currently being built by the men of the Lord that you see out there on the highway and the byway. But the rest of you want to be out there, okay, doing everything that you can do, okay, to live this life here in Great Babylon, America. It says, likewise also was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, which this place is known as spiritual Sodom, Egypt, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. So you know this place is going to be pelted with tons and tons of nuclear weapons because these nations are very angry, okay, at Great Babylon, America. They've been duped. They hate this place. This whore has now gotten very old, and her flirtatious ways, it doesn't work on these other nations anymore. So right now they want to get rid of this whore. They hate her, okay? And we have given you that warning that you're stuck here as sheeps, okay, as the poor, okay, as Yasharala, so-called Black Americans and Latino, the oppressed nation here on this earth, okay, you are stuck here. So unless you are taken out of here by the Lord Yahweh Shai, you're going to go through some horrendous tribulations here, which eventually leads to your demise. Okay, let's go into the book of Zechariah 13, starting verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shai, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but the 3rd part should be left therein. I read to you how these deaths are going to come, what the 4 sword judgments. You get famine, pestilence, the sword, okay, and you have the beast of the field, okay, horrific ways. Each of those lead to death, okay. So 2 parts, a tremendous amount, which the 12 tribe of Israel is accounted like the grain of sand on the beach. That's how much there is, okay, of us. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire and refine them as silver is refined, and try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That is what you need to understand. You need to know that, not Jesus Christ, not God, not Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, is my God. Okay? So that is how you are going to be saved out of this. We have to call, okay, onto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. No other person, no other God is going to save us. Okay? Because these gods are idols, okay, that Esau has created in the minds of you people. Okay? But you want to let's go into the book of John, starting verse Salakia. Let's go into the book of John 10, starting verse 24. Because the 1/3 is guaranteed safe passage through all the tribulations and all the things that are going on here. Now we know these other nations, they are aware of the hardship that's on the earth right now, more to come, you know, and they're going carnally in a way to prepare for it, and they're going to do what they're going to do. Okay, remember, they were set up as they had the advantage initially over Yasharala, Israel, the so-called Black Americans and Latino, okay, with the ability to go and do that. But the only way Yasharala, Israel, or so-called Black Americans and Latino are going to get out of this, okay, is who? To the Lord Yahweh Shimei Shai. This is John 10, verse 24. It says, then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Hamashiach, tell us plainly. We out there telling it to you plainly. Yahweh Shai answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. We go out there and we do the work of who? In the name of the Father and the Son. That's why you see us always open up with what? Let's give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Okay? We're not out there doing the work for us. None of us woke up, okay, in life when we were babies and kids and say, you know what, I'm going to be a prophet on the streets. No. But the Lord called us, okay, to go and do this work. That's why he picked men that are considered the base in the society, nobodies, to go do this work. Okay? so that the people out there will be compromised in their mind, okay, of what the truth is, because they don't look into anything. They only believe in what they see out there. It's all vanity, okay? You don't represent what the world considered to be success or to be considered exalted here, which is who? Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, okay? And it says, Yahushua answered them, I told you, you believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name. They bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. Boom, there it is right there. You're not of his sheep. He didn't call you. He don't want you to believe it. As I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. The sheep that are doing the work, the sheep that are hearing, you know, the order to the prophets is what? Feed, if you love me, feed my sheep. Meaning what? You go in the highway and the byway and you preach. You preach this gospel. You sit down, you make lessons, okay, and feed the sheep, the hopefully lack of Yasharallah. Okay, that's an order. And it says, and I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish. We're not going to perish, okay, in Jacob's trouble. We're not going to perish from famine, the sword, the FEMA camps, beheadings, the rapes. Our women are not going to get raped. Our little boys are not going to get sodomized. Okay, we're not going to starve to death. Okay, we're not going to have the animals tearing you to pieces because they're looking for food too, or they see you as the next meal, their next meal. We're not going to get befalling for Esau's pestilence in the form of his medical shit, if you know what I mean. And it says, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Guaranteed safe passage. You will feel the heat, but you will never be burned. And that's the joy of the hopefully lack. Okay? It's what? It's to see the unbelievers perish, just like the wicked people or the wicked other nations of this earth who have oppressed us. Lord willing, me and the brothers them get to see this. We endure to the end to see this. I want to see it. I desire to see it. I want to see these people scream, die. I don't care if they're infants all the way to great grandma 120 years old. I don't give a fuck about any of them. And it says, my Father, which gave them to me, is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. I and my Father are one. So see, we have the ultimate protection. We answer to no one except Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We don't answer to Esau. We don't bow to Esau. We don't bow to no woman. We don't bow to no man. And that's just all there is to it. Our job is plain and simple. We make it plain on table. We give you the warning. We let the heathen nations out there know, and in particular our main oppressor, our enemy, Esau, the so-called white man, these crackers, know you're gonna die horrifically here on this earth, and then you're gonna go into slavery. Okay, those who survive it, which is going to be only your elites, and the rest of you doggone peasant pieces of shit walking amongst us, oppressing us, are gonna be reborn into slavery again and again and again. So how do you want it? 2/3 Israel. Believe the prophets. Even these crackers consider the horror to come soon. Lord willing, the hopefully elect was edified. I'd like to close by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakadash. Double honor to teachers, sellers, and apostles of great millstone. Likewise, brothers, so they're putting out the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and you brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom.